The Association of Nigerian Female Students, Kogi State Chapter, has charged young females on proper living in life. The association, through the state coordinator, Sabdat Jimo, who organized a day mentorship program held in Government Glass House, Lokoja, said the motive is to redirect the young females to be refocused in life. The event tagged Groom the Girl Child for a Sustainable Future, emphasized how they should become successful as entrepreneurs and leaders in the society. The program also ensured young females were exposed to true knowledge of sex education to guide them on the right track. The event attracted government officials, civil society, and well-informed individuals. Our reporter has more.
Students of both secondary and tertiary institutions were present to be inspired for greater height and as well guided to how to be good ambassadors of the society they belong. On leadership, the facilitator, the Kogi State Appeals Project Coordinator, Dr. Ozomata Abdullahi Sani, admonished them to build on their capacity to lead in the right direction.
To be a good leader, it involves the ability to understand feelings. You see, this is where you differentiate leaders from managers. The difference between the two is that the manager is already stereotyped. Whether it's right or not, there's no human face to read. But a leader will add a human face to read. All of you go out. Okay. So a leader will come and tell you, don't just go out. Wait, I'll give you something before you go. So a leader is someone who knows the direction, shows the direction, aligns and influences, then motivates and inspires. So what you defined earlier are leaders. But putting all of that together is a what? Great leader. A leader knows the way. You can know the way, but you refuse to show the way. That doesn't make you a great leader.
He condemned a lukewarm attitude.
What is stress? When you are doing things you are not happy doing. You put a lot of effort, but you are not happy doing it. A lot of us are stressed up. But we don't know because we are tied down to the monetary gain or any other gain that comes with it. So, what I would like to say to you is, think of doing something that you love doing. And that's what we call passion. Are we together? That is what we call passion. If you don't do what you like doing, you will not be happy, no matter how much you make.
To have financial freedom has been tied to engaging in businesses rather than waiting to be employed by the government or individuals just to be collecting a monthly stipend. The managing director of the Kogi Enterprise Development Agency, KEDA, Rekia Onaivosani, exposed them to many aspects of trades or businesses they can pick on. She discouraged living without purpose, urged them to plan towards becoming employers of labor in nearest future.
In the fact that as soon as they finish school, they don't necessarily need to embrace to be waiting for white-collar job. There's a whole lot of things that entrepreneurship can lead them to. And people that are actually driving the world nowadays is entrepreneurship.
Basically, at this stage is first of all to open up their mind to see that there is a whole lot that they can do even as a student. They don't need to have so much cash to be able to start up these businesses. There are these soft skills that they can do. Why are we making this knowledge available? For them to know that there are opportunities in their state as co-guides, and then building their mind to grow up and embrace entrepreneurship in the nearest future.
And while the students were charged with how to make money for themselves and leading by example, the Association of Female Students invited the civil society activist, Eunice Abimbola Abogun, the CEO of Challenged Parenthood Initiative, CPI, to give insights into sex education. Abogun said sex education should form part of teaching curricular activities across primary and secondary schools.
It's important that schools see the need to include sexual education in schools starting from, very early age. In fact, students all through their life, their school life, should constantly, go through sexual education because it will help them to be able to be informed as well as take informed decisions.
She said lack of sex education has cultivated largely unwanted pregnancies among teenagers.
Out of curiosity, they are misled, to go to wrong places like the internet where they have negative influences, and that have negative, effect on them. So the advice today is that let's not be afraid to talk about sexual education. And with that, we believe that we'll be able to have youths that will grow to be healthy, to be safe, as well as live a very healthy life that will eventually have impact in the society.
A UK-based businesswoman and motivational speaker, Aisha Abubakar, advised them to believe in themselves. She also advised parents to nurture a girl child, even as she called on the government to also support females.
Your role model should be your mom or your parent, for instance. But that doesn't mean that if your mother or your parent is wayward, you must take their footstep. And having said that, my advice to the parents, I know sometimes things really get out of hand, but nurture a girl child. Nurture a girl child, I said. Nurture a girl child, and the sky is not just your starting point. It's success all the way. We've got a lot of brilliant students. We can believe that things are very hard in the country at the moment. The parents cannot do it alone. If the government can come in and substitute for some of the school fees, give them some support, give the parents some support, I think that will go in a long way in sponsoring a girl child.
Some students and teachers, including youth leaders at the event, commended the initiative, saying it will go a long way to transform people's mindset.
Everything in life is about patience. We can see over time, some of our students, when they are home, they are at home, they behave very, very well, very, very religious. But when they go out there, the society quickly changes them. You can see a student wear hijab from the house. Coming out, they will just remove the hijab immediately, put it inside the bag, and start going out with the mini skirt and very tight jeans. Depends how you present yourself in the society that people follow you.
As a mother, I would say that we should take good care of our children physically, and then their spiritual life. We should be more concerned and teach them the right things to do. That is when they want to make mistakes, they will remember all the teachings we'll be teaching them. Being on social media is a good thing, but you should know what you follow at each time. Not everything that pop up for you that you should click onto.
I actually categorize it as an eye-opener, especially always for the girls whose rights are usually infringed on, and we don't usually know what's going on in our society or in our government system. But now with the help of this program, it's actually telling us that we have every right to be involved with some decisions that are taken in the society. And also, there was something important I picked from one of our lecturers. She said, if you train a boy child, normally you're just training him and perhaps his family. But if you train a girl child, that is a woman, you actually train her children. Wherever she comes to, you turn out training the whole world. And another thing is that women are actually workaholics, even though there are lots of things in our society that is bringing them down when it comes to work, religion, marriage, all those. And they act as balance between responsibilities, work, and career. So I can actually say I'm very proud of myself.
I really appreciate their efforts. We appreciate the gathering. We love what they've done to enlighten us more on the issues of leadership, and they're taking about sexual education for us to know how to control ourselves and not to make mistakes in life.
The organizer and the chairperson of the association, Sabdat Jimo, expressed her joy and appreciated all persons that turned up for the program. She used the occasion to advise girl children on how to live with pride for their parents and the community they dwell.
My general advice to especially my mothers and brothers and sisters out there is that they should try as much as possible to provide all possible means to make sure our young girls out there are actually being guided and given the sense of orientation. They shouldn't be always be scolded, because sometimes when you scold children too much, they tend to grow wings and they want to have a free life. But when they scold them when they are wrong, they should define a perfect technique to scolding, then bring them closer and embrace them, because they are the future of tomorrow. We are the future of today, they are the future of tomorrow, and tomorrow is going to be a better place if they bring us up well. With the grace of God, we are coming up with a project where we'll be bringing back students that are supposed to be in school back to school. We'll be empowering them by taking them back to school, and as well mentor them, because some of these people are victims of early pregnancy, they may be rape, and the stigma and everything has hindered them from going to school. So what we'll do now is to discover them. When we get them, we'll try as much as possible to change their orientation and give them life and hope that they can do it. Then we'll enroll them in schools.
The representative of the Chief of Staff to the Governor, Abdulmumini Danga, commended the organizer, called for more advocacy on how to better the lives of girl children.
One, always think about who you are, where you are, and where you are going to. If you have these three things in your life, it will be difficult for you to be in the midst of negative people, a group of people that will definitely give you negative ideas and other things.
Awards of recognition in various capacities were given to those who have, through their offices, NGO, impacted girl child positively. Among them is the Chief of Staff to the Kogi State Governor, Abdulkarim Mohammed Jamiu Asuku. The program formed part of the annual event by the Association of Nigerian Female Students, Kogi State Chapter Mentor Day, to correct and direct female students on the right path to greatness in life. Khadijat Mohammed, reporting for MLC TV.